So this is the brand new carbon core guard square G-Shock watch, reference number DWE-5600CC-3JR, and let me remind you, DWE and not a GWE, meaning it won't be having solar wave setter or something like that. Basically, it is operating on cassette 3229 movement, exactly the same function as the ordinary square G-Shock watch. One you could pick up about $45 depending on the colors and the condition, of course. But this thing in front of you guys right now is no basic at all. Even though the function is incredibly basic, the price aren't. It's gonna cost you 30,800 Japanese yen. At least for this JDM version. I bought it from an auction site called Yahoo Japan Auction using Buyee.jp, which is a sponsor for today's video as well. So if you're thinking on getting one, last time I checked, the price actually dropped even more to only 22,000 Japanese yen. Probably a lot lower than that, because it is an auction site regardless, so it depends on your luck, right? The price change over time, up and down. So if you go to the website right now, go to the link down in the description box, sign up if you haven't yet. Oh, plus if you haven't yet, you also earn an extra 1,000 yen discount just because you are a viewer of the channel. Thanks to Buyee.jp for that. So now you'll be able to save a lot more than I did. Anyway, other way that I think that they could reduce the price is by removing this black stripe that they gave from the box. Notice that it's just a basic stripe with 3229 print on it, just to remind you that it is operating on cassette 3229, something that is not solar powered wave setter whatsoever. Okay, so this thing probably cost us $40, $50 since this is original parts. If they remove this out of the box, the price will drop significantly, and I think that will be much more accessible to most users. I understand why people won't go with this watch. It didn't have a lot of functions. What you're paying for is basically a special looking box, special looking strap, and the bezel is different as well. And these little tools which I have no use for, I'll explain to you guys a bit why. You know what? Since we're on the topic of price, it's the same amount of money, probably a lot less than that, you could pick this up. This is called the DWE-5600. It has solar powered, Bluetooth function, all of the cool things that you could expect on a G-Shock watch. And guess what? I only paid $100 for this. So that just to show to you guys how much values that you could get out of your money if you choose wisely. Now if you just want to watch, get this. If you want something different, something brand new, get this one. Or probably just wait. I'm sure they will release another variant of this without all of this accessory, all the box and everything, at a much cheaper price. So you'll still get the same thing. And not to mention the same bezel as well. Now if you want to change the parts on this guy, the band is pretty much the same. It uses the 16mm lug size like any G-Shock square watch out there, so you could change the parts between older G-Shock into brand new ones, but you cannot change the bezel because they aren't the same anymore. Basically, if you compare the square one, this DWE ones, and this GWB ones, this thing actually a bit wider by 1mm and heavier as well. I mean, it's only heavy about 1 gram extra, but it is heavier than this resin one, something that I wouldn't expect. I mean, since it's carbon, it should be lighter in weight, right? But nope, it is bigger, a bit heavier, but I guess heavier than this too actually. So yeah, pretty odd. Anyway, something good about this bezel is that it is so easy to remove, and that's why they gave us this tool to peel this side over here. There's a slot, and you know what? Look at that. It is so hard to use this tool. I mean, we all paid for this, right? But it is quite useless. And do you know why? Because it is a lot easier to change the bezel just by using your finger like that. And this actually changed the game, because now you don't have to carry any tools at all to change the parts. You could carry both of them, put one in your car, one in your pocket. I mean, later on, since right now we only have 2 of these, but later on I'm sure there will be a third-party parts available, and then you could just carry them around and change them up time to time depending on your mood. And that is something fun in my opinion. I mean, just look at the whole design. This is not for beating, this is for looks, obviously, just to show off something to your friends, your collector's friend at least. And like any entry-level colored, special color square G-Shock watch, I guess this is also made for fashion wear most of the time. Even though it is still tough, it is still 200 meter water resistant as stated on the back. Carbon core card structure, meaning it's a lot tougher than the ordinary square G-Shock watch. Oh yeah, it is also made in Thailand, so keep that in mind over there, okay? This is the new logo, I guess, for this square G-Shock. I'm sure if they release another variants, you won't be having this circle board pattern. This is also to match with the one with the backlighting inside of here, which in my opinion looking incredibly gorgeous, especially if you pair this watch with this strap. This is the cloth that they gave us, the cloth band that they gave us with. Basically fox leather underneath, like any G-Shock watch band that they gave us since the, yeah, they never gave us one with a real leather. All of them has fox leather. Anyway, this one has reflective material. All of this gray print actually reflective and also glows in the dark as well, but the dot, the smaller print, these lines over here, they glows a bit brighter than the rest. I didn't find any use for the glows in the dark watch band at all, but the reflective properties do help. I don't know when, but it does looks cool, right? And overall, I gotta say, it didn't really justify the 30,800 Japanese yen price point, and I guess that's the reason why the price dropped a little bit in the aftermarket. So if you're thinking of getting one, if you still think that all the thing that this watch has to offer for you is valuable, you could go to the link down in the description box to Buyee.jp. They've been helping me a lot. They also the sponsor for today's video, and if you new, you also earn an extra 1,000 yen discount, and you could save a lot more than I did. Or you could just pick up this guy over here, 100 bucks, 1,000 yen discount will save you a lot more, and yeah, you're probably gonna get a lot of values out of this thing. But again, for me, as a heavy G-Shock watch fan, G-Shock watch collector, I don't mind all this. I just pick everything or anything that I want.